surprisingly enough, to start off the season, it looks like Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints are the hottest team in the NFL. So today, I'm going to be giving Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints a super team to see if they can win the Super Bowl. And as you can see, I mean, this offense is absolutely terrifying to look at. Obviously, we have Derek Carr at the quarterback position, but for running back, I decided to go with Derrick Henry, and we also kept Alvin Kamara, and we have Tyreek Hill as wide receiver 1. Justin Jefferson is wide receiver 2. Chris Olave is wide receiver 3. And we just have Robert Woods at the 4 spot. I mean, I didn't really bother picking up a superstar wide receiver just to be a 4th string, because realistically, this dude is not really going to get any action. But as you can see, the O-line is also absolutely loaded. I mean, this is probably the best O-line in the NFL right now. And then we also have Travis Kelce at the tight end position. So obviously that offense is very terrifying. I mean, I don't think anybody is going to want to go up against those guys, but that's going to bring us to the defensive side of things. And as good as the offense is, the defense is definitely the strong part of this team. I mean, this is by far the best defense in NFL history. I mean, the defense is looking like a Pro Bowl roster. That right there should tell you enough about them. But I do want to give Derek Carr some challenges other than winning a Super Bowl. Obviously, that is the goal for this season, but I'd also like to get this guy to 4,000 yards and see if he can win MVP. But to start off the season in week 1, we're going to be taking on the Carolina Panthers. But anyways, man, I mean, I guess it's time for the moment of truth. We're going to see how good this team really is. I mean, obviously, the Saints absolutely obliterated the Panthers in week 1, and that was without a super team. So I'm kind of curious to see what the score is going to be at the end of this game. I mean, if we somehow lose to Carolina, we are going to have a massive problem. But anyways, man, I mean, I feel like we should definitely have the best running back duo in the NFL. I mean, we got Derrick Henry and Alvin Kamara on the same team. That right there should give you nightmares. And I mean, the fact that Justin Jefferson is a 2nd string wide receiver should tell you enough about our wide receiver room. But I'm going to try and go for him right here. And it looks like Jefferson's going to bring that in. So 5 yards to go and we're in the end zone. I'm just going to keep it on the ground with Henry, because I mean, I feel like this is probably our best option to get in the end zone early, because he's realistically, this guy's just going to truck through everybody in his way. We didn't really have to get through anyone there though, because the O-line gave us a massive hole. We're coming back out here in the 3rd quarter though, and this game is surprisingly a lot closer than I was expecting it to be. I mean, we do have the lead, which is good, but I mean, we're only up by 11 points right now, which I wouldn't say is alarming, but I thought we'd be up by at least like 28 or something, because I really thought this game was going to be an absolute blowout for the Saints. We do still have time to run up the score though. I'm going to try and go for Hill right here. Actually, he's kind of locked up again, man. So I'm just going to keep it on the ground with Carr. I'm going to tell you right now, the Panthers defense is doing a whole lot better than they are in real life right now. But I'm hoping that Justin Jefferson can get open to finally end this drive off. And that is a dot. Okay, we're going to find Tyreek Hill. For some reason, I thought that was Jefferson's route, but that touchdown right there should put this thing away. But Carolina did almost come back after that, even though we did get the dub. So we'll take it 31-25. I mean, a win's a win, but I thought that was going to be a blowout. But that's going to bring us to week 2, and this game should be a bit more of a test for us, because this time we have to go up against the Dallas Cowboys. And I mean, obviously, this is another game that the Saints dropped 40-something points in, but I feel like this is going to be a lot closer, because it seems like Madden does always favor the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, you can't tell me a Cowboys fan is not in charge of this game, but I'm going to try and go for Reek here and see if he can get open. I mean, no one's on him, so that's gonna put us at least in field goal position. I want to try and go for another run of Kamara here though, because I mean, I feel like we have been using Derrick Henry for the most part, but we can't forget about this guy, because he is also absolutely insane on the ground. I mean, as I said earlier, bro, I feel like we by far have the best running back duo in the NFL. I mean, it's definitely better than Montgomery and Gibbs, which I would say is the 2nd best duo at this point, but that's gonna be a touchdown from Perry. So that is gonna give the New Orleans Saints an early lead over Dallas. We're coming back out here in the 4th quarter though, and it looks like we do have an 11-point lead over Dallas right now. So I mean, I'd say if we can get in the end zone here, that should pretty much put this this thing away. I'm gonna try and go for Tyreek off of this route here, though, and he has nothing but open field. So that's gonna put us right back in scoring position. The offense already looks absolutely ridiculous, man. I mean, we are getting some quick drives. That should be another first down from Camaro. We're gonna be just short, though. I gotta say, man, I am absolutely loving this run game. I mean, this duo is so fun to use. I'm gonna try and switch it up a little bit here, though, and see if we can get Kelsey open. I mean, that works. I mean, the way that Derek Carr has been playing lately, I feel like he actually has a very solid chance at winning MVP. That's gonna be his 5th touchdown of the game. Unfortunately, that got called back on us, though, so we gotta try and score that touchdown again. I'm just gonna run the same route and see if Jefferson can do the same thing this time. I mean, you can't say that one's out of bounds, so that touchdown should be enough to put this thing away. So it looks like that's going to be back-to-back wins for New Orleans. We're going to take this one 45-27, which does obviously move us to 2-0 on the season, but that is going to bring us to week 3, and this game is arguably our biggest test of the season, because as you can see, we have to play the Philadelphia Eagles, and Jalen Hurts is obviously going to be a threat in this game, so I'm going to try and put the defense to the test. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. We could have easily knocked that away, man. I need to get my get back, because I did a terrible job at reading that route. I should have been able to stop Saquon there, but anyways, I'm gonna see if we can get this guy on the ground this time. I mean, that's another first down. I mean, they're already up 7-0 right now, and Hurts is really threatening to score again here, so we really gotta focus up and make sure they don't get in the end zone again. Interception would be huge for us right now. Man, that's gonna be a sack. And that does almost take them out of field goal range, but they do have a lights out kicker. So, I mean, I'd say they're still probably gonna make that. And of course, Hurts is gone. That's another first down. When that guy gets going on the ground, there really isn't anything that you can do to stop him, man. So at this point, that's the only way that we can stop them from scoring. Sauce Gardner is gonna come up with a huge interception. I'm gonna try and go for Travis Kelce to start this drive off, though, man, because I mean, as long as things go well for us, we should be able to tie things up. I mean, that's a huge play from Jefferson. I really like these color rush uniforms, though, man. I mean, the helmets with these are super tough. I'm gonna try and go back for Hill here, though. That should be another first down. Give me that. I'm gonna try and go for a shot once again, though, and see if Justin Jefferson can get open here. I mean, if he's locked up, I feel like we should have Hill, so somebody better get to that. And Tyreek is gonna get a massive touchdown. That was an absolute missile from Derek Carr. So that is gonna tie things up at 7. We are coming back out here in the 4th quarter, though, and it looks like the game is on the line right now, man. I mean, I don't know if I want to trust our kicker from here, so we're gonna go for it. It is 4th down, in case you haven't realized, and we need 5 yards. But Tyreek Hill is gonna be open, and that might be enough to do it, because all we gotta do now is make this field goal, and that puts things away. I mean, if we somehow get blocked, that would be a devastating loss, but it looks like that is going to be another dub for the Saints. So these guys are 3-0 to start off the season. I mean, we are absolutely rolling right now. I mean, I know I said the Philadelphia Eagles was going to be our biggest test of the season, but that was before I realized that we play the Kansas City Chiefs. So after that, we simmed to week 5, and we did beat the Falcons, so we're 4-0 right now. And obviously, we play Patrick Mahomes, who is 3-1. And this is definitely the game that we need to win if we want to show everybody that we're really about it. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is an absolute threat. There is no denying that. But it's going to be tough for him to go up against a defense like this. But I mean, I guess Jalen Hurts was able to do it. They did almost knock us off. Oh, man, that's a bad read. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. I mean, that was definitely not the move on defense. But we did bring up a 3rd down after that. So I'm hoping that we can redeem ourselves here. I mean, come on, throw a pick. Throw a pick. Never mind. That's going to be a first down, but he fumbled it. That was a crazy sequence, but unfortunately, Kansas City got the ball back, man. So we got to find a way to stop Patrick Mahomes from getting in the end zone. That should do it right there. That's going to be a pick 6. I mean, it looks like nobody. Hold on. Okay, I thought Mahomes was actually going to catch us for a second, but we are good. Antoine Winfield's going to bring that one to the house. So that is going to put the Saints on the board first. Mahomes is not just going to go away after that, though. I mean, he did put a touchdown on the board, so now we're all tied up at 7, but it looks like we are in position to take the lead back once again. I'm going to try and go for Tyreek Hill on this route, though, and hopefully he can get some separation. I mean, he is going up against his former team. That is an absolute dot from Carr, and we're barely gonna tiptoe our way in. I don't know how he didn't step out of bounds there, but that was some crazy footwork from Tyreek Hill. So that's gonna put us back out in front, and it looks like this was probably your game of the year, man. But we are gonna take it 49-46 in what could potentially be a Super Bowl preview. But I mean, obviously after that dub right there, the New Orleans Saints are still undefeated. I mean, we are tearing through the league right now, so hopefully we can keep it up throughout the whole season. And it looks like the Saints were pretty much unstoppable because we went 16-1 to win the division and get the #1 seed in the playoffs. And I mean, with this super team that he had, it looks like Derek Carr had himself an MVP caliber season because he had 4,900 yards for 49 touchdowns and only 7 interceptions. But to start off the postseason, it looks like we're going to be taking on the Green Bay Packers. We did get off to an unexpected slow start, though. I mean, we're down 14-10 right now in the 4th quarter. So far, this game has been pretty much all defense. But I mean, obviously, we have a chance to take the lead here as long as we get in the end zone. I'm going to try and go for Travis Kelce here, though. We kind of need this to work because it is 3rd down, but that's going to give us a first. Since we got the first there, I'm going to go for a shot, bro. I mean, we have Justin Jefferson and Tyreek Hill going downfield, so I feel like one of these guys has to be wide open, and it looks like Jefferson is gonna be the man. That is gonna be a touchdown from him. I mean, off that route right there, I didn't think he was actually gonna get away for the score, but I'll take it. We're back out here with 24 seconds in the game, though we are up 25-21, but Jordan Love does have a chance to try and pull off a miracle for Green Bay, so we gotta make sure that doesn't happen. That does make it 4th down right there, though, so one more stop, and that should put this thing away, and that is gonna do it. I thought he was going to complete that pass for a second, but we're good. So that's going to be a very important playoff win for the New Orleans Saints, which sends us to the NFC Championship game. And in the NFC Championship game, it looks like we're going to be taking on the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, I'm honestly kind of confused how they made it this far without Justin Jefferson, but it looks like we do have a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter right now. So, I mean, if we score here, that's not going to put things away yet because there's a lot of time on the clock, but that would help us out a lot, especially if Tyreek Hill is gonna do things like that. I mean, that was a massive pickup from him. I'm gonna try and go back for him again here. Oh, man, I don't know if I should put that in the air. That's going to be intercepted. That was totally forced, and it looks like we're going to pay for it. And it looks like they did put 7 points on the board after that. So we got to smarten up here. We are back in scoring position, though. So we have a chance to make it a 2-score lead once again. And Justin Jefferson has some crazy separation. So that's going to go for a touchdown from him. And after that, it looks like we were able to hold on for the dub, even though the Vikings almost pulled off a comeback. But it doesn't matter, man, because that win right there is going to send us to the Super Bowl. And after an unreal performance from Derek Carr this season, it looks like MVP is going to Josh Allen. I mean, we did come 2nd place in the votings, but I feel like we got robbed. It doesn't matter, though, because we're the team that made the Super Bowl, and it looks like we have to go up against the Baltimore Ravens. And the nice part about being as dominant as we have been is that we haven't had to leave New Orleans once, because the Super Bowl is also in New Orleans, so we have some crazy home team advantage right now, and Tyreek Hill might be in here. I mean, that's going to be close. I mean, obviously, he wasn't able to get away for the touchdown, but that's still a huge pickup regardless. I'm gonna hand it off to Kamara here, though, and see if he can get in for the score. I mean, that's almost a 1st down. I mean, honestly, I'm just gonna try and end it off with Travis Kelce and see if he can get some separation. And since we are all tied up at 7, a touchdown would give us the lead, and it looks like that is gonna work out. So just like that, the Saints are gonna take a 7-point lead over the Ravens, but we still have a lot of football to be played. Lamar has definitely been keeping the Ravens in this thing, though. I mean, we're back out here in the third quarter. We are up 23-14 right now, though. So, I mean, Baltimore kind of needs to get a score right now. If we can stop Lamar on this drive right here, though, I mean, that would be huge for us. This guy going on the run is definitely a threat, though. We got to watch out for that. I'm really hoping that I can somehow find a way to bait him into throwing an interception, but I know that's going to be hard to do because the Ravens are kind of a run-heavy squad. I mean, the ball's been on the ground for most of this drive, but I guess Lamar doesn't have much of a choice here because it is third down, and if they keep it on the ground, this defense is definitely going to stuff them. So I'm kind of expecting a pass here. Zay is kind of open, but we're going to get the sack. So that pretty much puts them out of field goal range, but they do have Justin Tucker. So I'm kind of expecting him to make this, but who knows, man. It is a very long field goal, so he could miss, but it looks like he bricked it. So I guess we're still gonna be up 23-14.
A few moments later.
After all of that, though, it looks like this season is going to be coming down to a field goal, man. So if this is good, we win the Super Bowl, and it looks like that is going to be through. So the New Orleans Saints are barely going to take down the Ravens with a 2-point win. So Lamar Jackson definitely put up a fight, but we are going to rob him of his Super Bowl ring. So it looks like this super team is going to get the job done, which is well-deserved. I mean, Derek Carr should have won MVP, but I think we can all agree that a Super Bowl ring is definitely better. So as you can see, to end off the season, Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints are gonna be hoisting a well-deserved Lombardi trophy. But that's gonna do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It'll really help out the channel. And if you have any video ideas, feel free to drop them down in the comment section below. I'll try to get to as many of them as I can. And while you're down there, go to the description and check out my socials. I got everything linked down there. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.